I mean, it looks really like winter, huh? For you, huh? You're
I'm
scaring away
thinking.
the tourists. Hello, everybody. We are live here from Lima, and from New York. And Rodrigo is sitting in the other end of Lima where it's extra cold, and I'm sitting here where, on the sunny side. So, but first of all, thank you very much for everyone who is joining us today. I can see that some are waiting, and we need to give them a little minute to get in. But it's good that we are all here. All right, Susanna, how are things in New York? Everything good?
Good, very rainy. There's still a lot of thunderstorm action, but good.
People should come to Peru. It's a little bit chilly maybe in Lima, but up in Cusco and Puno, the sun is shining every single day. So really, really nice. And Rodrigo, how are things where you are?
Well, I'm a cold person, so I'm pretty cold right now. But right now in Lima is shiny. We have a little bit of humidity, but it's shiny. It's nice weather right now in Lima and Peru in general. The rainy season is going to start in January, so right now it's a very nice season for coming to Peru.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So I have my nephew. He's going to Cusco tomorrow. He's an Olympic winner from this year, and he decided he was going to celebrate to go to Peru that he won his Olympic medal. And I told him, look, we will look good after you. So he should be joining your hotel tomorrow, the
Nice.
Cusco Centro, and then he's going to go on the Inca Trail and then come back to Tierra Viva, Cusco Centro, and then enjoy everything there. So I'm sure he's going to have a great time. Well,
Nice.
for those who are with us now, I would like to once again say very welcome. Today it's Susana from New York and Rodrigo Lazarte from Tierra Viva Hotels. He is the founder of the chain, and it has been an incredible ride with starting with one hotel, then the second one, and boom, 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 and certainly it was 8 hotels. So and now still going strong in Cusco and the Sacred Valley, Machu Picchu, Lima, Piura, Arequipa. Am I missing something, Rodrigo?
Trujillo and Piura. Right now we are having 12 hotels right now.
12 hotels.
Yeah. In 9 destinations. We have 3 hotels in Lima, 3 hotels in Cusco City, 1 in the Sacred Valley of Cusco, 1 in Machu Picchu, 1 in Arequipa, 1 in Puno, and in the north of Peru, we have 1 in Trujillo and 1 in Piura.
All right. So give us a little short introduction to the hotels. What's the concept, and why have you been so successful?
We are really focused on service. We are helpers. When we develop, I'm not a hotelier by profession. I am an industrial engineer. I'm not a hotelier as a vocation. I love to travel, and when we decide to create this hotel chain, we decided to change things. We decided to create it. A hotel by travelers for travelers, and that's what we have done. Our hotels are medium-sized hotels, really focused on service and on helping travelers to have a really nice experience in Peru. We try to help you in everything that you need. Since you arrive before you arrive to Peru, in arrange you whatever you need. And when you arrive to Peru, in helping you with everything, with arranging tours, arranging reservations to the best restaurants in the city, arranging you really whatever you need. We are helpers. That's what's the difference between all the other hotels. If you check our comments, we have more than 32,000 comments on OTAs like Booking, Expedia, TripAdvisor, the average of rating in Booking, for example, is 9.3 in the chain, above over 10. No, it's an excellent average. And in Expedia, for example, 4.7 over 5. No, so what we really focus is on service. We have a lot of focus on our staff. No, that shows our values. That most of them are focused on service, and that's what characterizes and differentiates us from the competition.
Right. Well, Susanna is showing a couple of pictures of some of the beautiful hotels. I could also mention that I have known Rodrigo and some of the hotels for quite a few years. And also talking about service, we worked very close together last year when COVID hit the world, and we had about 300 clients here in Peru that we needed to get home, even though the airport was closed, and all our guests stayed at the Tierra Viva hotels during that period till we were able to get planes and buses and everything that we needed to get people safely back to their countries. And I think it was quite a few challenges that we had, but I think we all did a great job, and were very successful in bringing people back home. And I know people really love to stay at the hotels of Tierra Viva.
Yeah, that's true.
So, apropos talking about COVID, what has changed? I mean, what is the difference of going into one of your hotel in February 2020 and now?
Well, a lot of not restrictions, no, but in our hotels or in the country in general.
Because no, I'm talking more in about the hotels. I mean, how is a visit to your hotels different now than before COVID? I mean, what do you have to do to secure people that they can feel safe and also live up to those incredible tough conditions that our Minister of Salud is putting in front of us to make sure that all guests are happily arriving and happily leaving?
Well, Peru is a bureaucratic country, so we have had the most restrictive procedures from the health ministry, in order to be approved, in order to open our hotels. So besides that, all the requirements that we have to follow and to commit with the authorities here, we also have already in all our hotels the safe travel seal, that assures that being with us is safe. We have extreme in every time a client or a traveler leave our rooms, we have to make a complete procedure of disinfection from the rooms. We have extremely cleaning procedures. Our breakfast buffets right now are assistance buffets. The amount of people that we used to have in the common areas have been reduced, and we have more than that, prepare our staff, and train our staff, in the cleaning procedures that are really necessary in this contexture of COVID. Or our staff is vaccinated already, with 1 hour of our requirement, not our requirements. It was something that we really wanted to do. So not our of our staff have been vaccinated with the COVID vaccines. So we think we are one of the hotel chains that in Peru that are fulfillment all the procedures that not only the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Tourism are requiring in Peru, but also international requirements, like safe travels require.
Right. So you said that So when you're going to the buffet, does that mean you have your private waiter to serve you? Because
Yes,
that is a requirement. Oh, I like that. I always
yes,
thought it would be nice to go to the buffet and have to do nothing and just point out what I would like.
yes, yes. Right now, I
All
mean,
right.
and actually, that's something that travelers are requiring from us. No? So remember that we are a hotel chain that are listening continually to travelers, and travelers asking for doing that because they feel safe that way. So that's what we are
Right.
doing also. Not only because of the requirements that the ministries are asking us, but also listening what our travelers want.
So tell me, is it also so that, let me ask you that, what does travelers in general demand from a hotel to choose, the right hotel for them? What are the demands?
Well, besides the ones that was before COVID, that was
Yes.
safety, location, price, good service, right now, really extremely in clean, in being clean and
Yeah.
in being with this procedure that I'm telling you, is I believe travelers right now don't want crowd areas, with a lot of people. That's why we also have diminish that amount of people that are allowed before in common areas in the hotels.
Right. So it actually means that you today a hotel needs extra staff to be able to fulfill all the requirements, not only from the local Ministry of Health, but also from travelers in general, to for them to feel safe.
Yes, I mean, for example, travelers want some travelers want to eat in the breakfast room to have breakfast in the breakfast room. Other ones to have breakfast on their own rooms because they don't want to be with other people, because they
Right.
still afraid of COVID. So we are open to what they want, no? So
Yeah.
that's why we need extra staff. We need to train them and try to make our travelers happy.
First, I think it's very interesting, now that I have traveled abroad for a couple of months, both being to North America and Europe. Um, and people kind of feel insecure about Peru because it's so far away, it's different culture. They don't really, I mean, it's not like, when you live in Denmark, you know all of Europe and you feel safe because you feel it's almost the same. And it's the same thing, you live in New York, you can travel anywhere in the US, even though it's a big country. But when it comes to a destination far away like Peru, people are still uncertain. Do you feel that people have to feel this uncertainty, or do you feel that Peru is 100% ready to receive tourism just like before COVID?
It's 100% ready to receive tourists just as before COVID. And right
Yeah,
now it's better because our coin is going up, so it's cheaper coming to Peru
yeah,
right now. So it's not only cheaper, there is not too many people right
right.
now, and the restrictions that were given by the government a few months ago are already are not anymore. Right now you can
Go anywhere.
go anywhere without any restrictions, no, that were put it before. So right now is a good time, a really good time for coming to Peru. Not only because there are not any more restrictions, the vaccination in the country are doing really well, and it's cheaper, and there are not too many people, so there are not too many crowds right now. So it's an excellent moment to go to Peru
I
for coming to
totally
Peru.
agree. I mean, as you say, the flights are reasonable priced, but the hotels, the excursions, to go out and eat because of the our currency is not as strong towards the dollar or the euro as it used to be. So things have become cheaper. But I think the most important is that before we had I mean, there were so many tourists that basically. You couldn't enjoy some of the most popular destinations like the Inca Trail and Machu Picchu. And now you almost have it to yourself. Uh, I mean, before it was 500 people a day that was allowed on the Inca Trail. Now it's 250. It's super clean. It's beautiful. The weather is great. And Machu Picchu is also limited to 1,000 a day. So even though, and before you had to order the Inca Trail 6 months before, now you can be lucky to find one within the same months. So you can take advantage of one of those cheap tickets from the US to Peru. So, and I also think that the the way to arrive to Peru is much easier. And Before you needed to have papers and COVID tests and so forward and so forward. And now basically it's much easier to get into Peru because Peru feels safe about receiving people, but also people can easily access and go around. Today I went to the center of Lima, and I think it's probably been the most beautiful trip I ever made to the center of Lima. There was very little people. We could see the cathedral, San Francisco. You could walk around, and you felt really good and really safe. So it's definitely a great time.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Carsten.
Yeah.
Right now, for me, it's the best time for coming to Peru. And I mean, the only requirement that you need to come to Peru is if you have the vaccine, you can come with your vaccination card. Or if you don't have the vaccine yet, you only need to have the test with 72 hours of anticipation, and that's it. No, there are not many restrictions for coming to Peru.
No. So what does the future bring? What do you think the future brings in the next 12 months? And when do you think Peru will be back on its feet to receive the same amount of tourists that we did in 2019, where we received more than 5 million people?
There are too many predictions. Okay, I'm going to talk about what I think, and
Great.
what I won't believe is going to happen. In 2019, we received 4.5 million tourism in Peru. No, that was our peak in 2019. Right now, from January to July, we have received only 130,000 people. Not even 10% of what we used to receive in 2019. No, but that was not because people doesn't want to travel. That was because the restrictions that Peru had, before the month of June. Right now, without the restrictions, we are starting receiving a lot of reservations, almost 60% of the reservations that we used to have on 2019. So that, with that in mind, I believe that we are going to have between 40 and 50% of the people that we received on 2019 on 2022. And we are going to be fully recovered on 2023. Those are my predictions. I have been talking, for example, with people from LATAM, that is the biggest or the largest airline here in Peru and in Latin America. They also believe the same, that in terms of passengers and flights, 2023 are going to be the same as 2019.
We lost it.
But in terms of revenue, they are going to be. They believe they are going to be recovered in 2024. In my predictions, we are going to be in 2022 between 40 and 50% of what we used to have before the pandemic, being almost before the pandemic on 2023 and fully recovered on 2024.
That's what we hope so too. I think we lost Karsten.
Yeah, we lost Karsten.
He probably closed the tab by mistake, and he'll be coming soon. But totally agree with you in terms of how easier it is now to get travelers coming to Peru. There aren't many barriers anymore. Your vaccination card and you're here. You still have to wear a mask, but that's what's making the numbers go down in Peru significant compared to the US. Peru is in a much better position because of the protocols that are in place for tourists, for citizens, etc. So it's definitely a good time. Like you said, also the dollar is worth more, and so you'll get a lot more for your money.
Yes, yes, yes.
Great.
I believe it's a really nice time for coming to Peru right now.
Yeah. And one of the things also that I wanted to point about Tierra Viva hotels is the great locations that you have in Cusco and in Lima. Hey,
See,
Carson.
one of the characteristic of our hotels are besides the service that I already mentioned, no, the site and the concept of Tierra Viva, the locations. No, we
Yes.
all our hotels are in prime locations. No, in the main cities, they are in almost in the best part of town. You know, if in Cusco, for example, we are not more than 2 or 3 blocks from the main square. The same in Arequipa, the same in Puno. In the Sacred Valley, we are in the best place of the Sacred Valley. In Machu Picchu, we are really 200 meters from the train station and 2 minutes walk from the bus that takes you to the ruins of Machu Picchu. So our locations are really one of our main assets also in our chain.
Yeah, I really seeing you have like 3 locations in Cusco, whether you want to be in the San Blas barrio, which is more hip, or right in the center in the midst of everything. Very good locations. And like I said, I fell in love with the Sacred Valley one. So
That's my favorite one, huh? The
it's
one in the Sacred
so
Valley, because
beautiful.
it's like a little town, you know. It's in the middle of the mountain, so it's I love it. I love it.
It's so beautiful.
So, Susana, you just have to come and visit us here in Peru, and you can go and join us, huh? And
I
I'll
told
invite you
you.
to the Centro Cusco, which is my favorite hotel.
I know. Yeah.
All right. So, so yeah, no doubt about it. There is a great opportunity to come to Peru and visit right now, and I think throughout the whole year it's going to be good. Um, and I think more and more people do open up their eyes for Peru again. And of course, Peru has had a lot of challenges in the fighting of the COVID. But as you were saying, Rodrigo, we are ahead of our vaccination program, both here in Lima and outside of Lima, and it might have been tough for a long time, but luckily we can see that it pays off, that we have been very strict. And now the country is open. All our restaurants are open. You can enjoy great food and delicious pisco cocktails. So, and then all destinations are open. So it means you can visit any place around Peru and still have it a little bit like a private tour, like if you are the VIP visiting and having things on your own. But I assume next year we will see a lot more people, and it will be good. We have a lot of tour guides waiting to receive people. We have a lot of hotels, and I must say, with all the people that we are working with, everyone is prepared to receive all of you here in Peru, and we hope that you will soon be joining us. Susana, any last words from you?
Just letting everyone know we have our frequently asked questions page on the website. That's where we put all the new information for protocols and what you need to enter to Peru, so you can go there. I also shared, because we have great promos with Tierra Viva hotels in Cusco and Sacred Valley, Machu Picchu, and Lima hotels, so you can contact us if you want to book with us. And I sent the link to the special promo tour that we have with Tierra Viva. So
excellent. And Rodrigo, is there something you want to tell our listeners, viewers, that any recommendations, something?
But Peru is already for receiving all the tourists that want to come to Peru. It's a really nice time for coming to Peru. The country is ready for receiving tourists, and Tierra Viva is also ready for receiving all of you. And now we are waiting. We are already waiting that you guys come here. We have all the protocols, and it's safe coming to Peru. So don't be afraid of turning to Peru. Completely fulfill your dream. You know that you are being in one of the best countries in the world, and we are ready to welcome you.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Susana. Thank you, Rodrigo. And
Thank
here
you.
from Traveling and Living in Peru, we would like to again welcome you all here to Peru. We are ready to receive you. We are ready to give you the best service ever to ensure that you will have a wonderful time with lots of memories to share for the rest of your life. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's been great.
Thanks,
Take
Rodrigo.
care.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Susana. Thank you, Carsten. Bye bye.